Hey, good evening. Yep, I'm here doing a little bit of exercise, sitting at my dining room table. Now, my dining room table is not really used for eating. I eat up at the counter. Let me put these weights down. I'll show you what my dining room table is used for. Using it for painting, for doing watercolors. That's one I did today. I'm just learning. I'm just beginning. I'm teaching myself and I'm using some lessons on the internet. And I'm just kind of fooling around and experimenting. And one of my friends, when I posted the picture, said that watercolor is just so frustrating to her. She finds it very difficult, and she really admires people who can master it. And I thought, that's funny, because not only do I not want to master it, but I think even if I tried, I wouldn't be able to, because I've got a shortage in the area of patience, and also, well, I don't know, maybe if I had a personal instructor or something, maybe I could do it. But on my own, I'm just not really that motivated. It's not like a big deal in my life. It's a little fun thing that I do. But I am becoming a master at something else. I'm becoming a master, or should I say a mistress, of me. So I spent the morning at my daughter's and helped her with the children and got to hold the baby a lot. And the baby's at the age where she smiles and laughs at everybody. So, that's just really heartwarming and wonderful. And then I decided I'm not going to spend the whole day here. I'm going to come on home and do some things at home. And when I got home, I don't know, do you sometimes just get a mood come over you where you just don't feel so great and you're kind of down and you start thinking negative things? I was just having all kinds of negative thoughts just walk through my brain. And I called my daughter. I said, I'm just really, I feel like nothing's right. And the thing is, there's no reason to feel that way. And she said, it's so good that you're saying this out loud, so what can you do about it? And that reminded me that part of one of my ongoing projects, a major project in my life, not like the watercolor, which is just a little side fun thing, but a major thing in my life is becoming the master of my own self. And I said to my daughter, I'm sitting here feeling down, waiting for another feeling to come upon me to make me feel better and more positive. And I realized this is something that I've done a lot in my life. Just kind of, I feel a certain way and I want to feel different. Okay, I'm just waiting for the feeling to come along. But you know what? It's probably not going to come along. This is why I talk about I'm becoming a master of myself. I have a superpower. I am able to change the way I feel. Like that. I really am. I don't have to go around being all mopey and negative and down. I can make a decision to change and change how I feel just because I've decided to. The thing is that a lot of us, let me speak for myself. A lot of my life, I kind of didn't realize that I had this superpower. So I'd sit around, waiting to feel differently. But then, as I've gotten older, I've learned that, hey, feelings are only good if they are helping you. they're good when they're useful. Now, feelings are feelings, okay? You can't control them sometimes. Sometimes you just feel a certain way. Of course, you can control your actions, but sometimes you can control your feelings. So the first thing I did is I got up and I walked to the mailbox, which is probably there and back is 1/10 of a mile. It's not much, but I was outside, I was walking, I went up a little hill, came back down the little hill. Then when I came in the house, I got my little dumbbells. They're just 3 pounds, but that's enough for me. And I did a little bit of exercise with them, and that kind of got my heart rate up just a little bit. The walking did too. And I started feeling different. And I realized, I can do this. I'm making a decision. I'm going to stop thinking negative thoughts. If a negative thought comes in my brain, I'm going to think about something else. It's possible. I mean, here I am. Do I seem negative to you? I don't seem negative to me. So the reason I'm talking about this is actually I realized what got me down. I came home from my daughter's for the afternoon and evening, and finally, after how many weeks in quarantine, it's finally getting to me. I would like to be able to go out and go somewhere and do something, or I don't know, go to a restaurant or go to TJ Maxx, or I don't know what, something. I'm sort of, in a way, tired of sitting at home because I've read all the books that I was going to read, and it's like, okay, it's time now. Let's change. But no, it's not time. I mean, I'm 68. I don't need to be out there in restaurants or going at TJ Maxx or, anything like that. I still need to be staying at home and kind of shelter in place thing, because even though I'm really healthy, my age goes against me. There's things in my body that no longer work simply because of age to fight off certain things. And, if I got exposed and came down with the virus, there's a possibility it could be really bad. So anyway, rewind here. So I was feeling down. Now I'm not feeling down anymore because I made a decision that I was going to stop feeling that way. And I used different things like the walk and the weights. And I'm starting another picture here too. And even talking to you guys, I'm using that to change how I feel and pull myself up out of the slump that I was in. So I want to say, you can do this too. I know that there are people that are in a much more difficult situation than I am. I live on Social Security. So thank God the government's still sending those checks. My daughter shops for food for me. I do go to her house. Her family and I see one another. They don't see anyone else. I don't see anyone else. So, that's okay. I like my house. Really, I have a lot of other things to do here, even though I finished all the books I've been reading. I know I've got it a lot easier than a lot of people during this time. So what I want to tell you is, if you're feeling down, you may have good reasons to be feeling down, but you don't have to feel that way. It's possible to say, okay, this is a problem. This is a problem. Don't know what we're going to do about that. This is total dilemma. No idea. But hey, where there's life, there's hope. Okay? So if you're still alive, there's hope for you. You don't have to add to all of the difficulties you may be having. Also feeling bleh. Okay? Get up, do a little exercise, have something to drink. No, not alcohol, Just maybe drink some ice water or something, or some iced tea. This is the South. People drink iced tea. Go for a little walk. I don't know, take a bubble bath if you like that kind of thing. Read a funny book, watch a funny TV show, do something or listen to something that'll make you laugh. That will really help you. But the thing is, you've got to make the decision. That joke. How many psychiatrists does it take to change a light bulb? Well, you can't give a number because the light bulb has to want to change, right? So you've got to want to change. You've got to want to feel better. I mean, if you don't, I can't help you, but hey, I'll tell you one more thing I was thinking about. Now, some of you are going to say now, Sylvia on this one didn't even teeter on the edge. She just went right off the deep end. But, okay, this is my theory about something, and I don't know if it's weird or not. But you know how, like, if you're at a big, like a major league ball game, or maybe at the theater, or when I was 12, my father took me to see the Beatles at Carnegie Hall in New York. It was one of their first appearances in this country. And I was a very, practical, down-to-earth kind of girl. Well, all these other girls, they were standing up in their seats and screaming and crying. And I was doing that too. I mean, I was not that kind of person, but it was almost like a crowd mania or something. And one time I went to midnight mass. Was it Christmas Eve or New Year's? I can't remember. I think it was Christmas Eve mass at the Vatican with the Pope celebrating. And I believe, it was John Paul II. When he came in, it was like there was electricity in the room. So, or like if you're at a ball game and everybody's cheering and all that, and you just get caught up in everything. Well, there's something, that happens in a group. Also, let's say you're with a group of friends that you really get along with well, and you can just kind of kick back and y'all feel comfortable. You don't even have to talk. It's the same kind of something, it's not like electric stuff like, whoa, go team. But it's the same sort of, somehow there's a group dynamic that happens and everybody can just feel calm and relaxed, and just be together and enjoy it. So here comes my theory. I think maybe, I hope this isn't too woo kind of thing, that even if you're by yourself, if you can have good positive feelings going on, that somehow that affects the world collective good feeling. I don't know, there's probably some sort of Eastern religion or, who knows, a New Age term for this or something. But I think this is a thing, that it's not just when you're in a group of people that everybody can feel congenial or energized, but it happens on a smaller level just with each individual person. And somehow, I don't know, like I've been to places before, say like even neighborhoods, where you go in a certain neighborhood, you just feel like uncomfortable. Like, I don't know, there's just something about this place that doesn't feel right. Or you go another neighborhood and it's so pleasant and nice and it just feels good to be there. Why is that? I don't know. I think part of it is because of the state of mind of the people that live there. Anyway, I don't want to get too far into this, in case anyone thinks this is weird. But it's just to say that I think that it helps all of us if each one of us can spend more time having a positive attitude. And remember, if you're unable to get yourself out of feeling bad, at least you can choose to behave in a good way. Okay? So sometimes we have no control over our feelings, but we always have control over how we act. Well, anyway, I've gone on a lot longer than I planned to. I'm going to get back to my little painting here. I've just got the very beginning of it, and yeah, it's dry, so I'm going to spray it again with some water and add some more colors. There's an earlier painting this evening. And just sort of futzing around with the watercolor and giving it a whirl. So find something new and give it a whirl, okay? And pull yourself out of the dumps. Hey, ask somebody to help you if you can't do it yourself. And if worse comes to worse, if you're still feeling down, act up. And that might help you feel better. Well, God bless you. I hope you didn't think this was too weird or anything. Maybe it was just entertaining, hopefully. Well, you have a good weekend, and I'll see you next time.